I think it's very important to vote because I think in a way you can't really complain about your, like the leadership of the country unless you've actually made the step to vote.
For the presidential election, I don't think it matters in Texas if you vote or don't vote because it's a Republican state, and if you're a Democrat, I mean, bad luck for you, I guess.
It's important to vote because people need to know. The people in the government need to know what their people want, the constituents that they represent. They need to be able to accurately measure who is it that should be in power and who should not. If only a percentage of the people voted, then only a percentage of the vote only a percentage of the country would actually be represented. So everybody needs to put forth the effort to make their voice heard and let everybody know who they want to represent them.
Everybody's vote has significance even if you don't realize the individual impact, because individuals will group together and what you say and what you do with people around you has relevance. So it's not a matter of it's just my single vote does not count. There are wider repercussions.
I think it is important because it's a chance for you to voice your opinion, I guess, and try and make a difference.
I think it's very important to vote. I think it's important to be civically engaged, and that's why I always vote. I think voting is a very special moment in the life of any citizen, and sadly the Electoral College makes some people's votes matter less than others in the national election, but I think it's still nonetheless very important to vote.
Well, in my case, for instance, I don't like either candidate necessarily, so I'm not voting because I don't care for either one. So I think it's important to vote if you truly care about one candidate, but if you don't really have a preference or you don't like either one, I don't really see how voting would matter, because I wouldn't vote for something I wouldn't like.
I put tax dollars into this country, and I do live here, and I'm like a citizen, so I think I have my say as to what goes on.
I would have to say Obama, because Obama is most vocal about getting our men out of there, well, men and women.
I support Obama because I think he actually has a chance to make a difference. I think McCain is more of like a status quo kind of person.
I really don't like either of them, but Obama has a lot more lives.
I support Obama, Barack Obama, because I think he is, I agree with people that his temperament is well suited to the Oval Office. I think he is very intelligent. I think he's thoughtful. I think he will surround himself with good people. And I think he really is the harbinger of change in terms of a multicultural, diverse nation.
Obama. I find that my views are probably a little bit more on point with his, so.
If I had to pick just one, I would definitely say that the conflict in Iraq would definitely take the highest importance on my list of priorities.
I think the issue of the economy is most important because we're going to be the ones that are going to feel the effects of this president's decisions. So I think that that's the issue that we should all be concerning ourselves with right now.
Healthcare, because I'm going to be a physician, and so obviously it's going to be a great, interest to me which way it's going to go.
There's no single most important one, in my opinion.
Changing the face of America, because in recent years we've just had so many PR issues where people just don't trust us, and our economy falters because people try to look at us and emulate us, and we don't set a good example. So I think the most important thing is just reestablishing America's image in the world.
Well, the right to life issue, I'm a pro-life person, so that's actually very important to me. But the economy is also important too. I think that the issue of taxing people and adjusting income taxes is like a big important issue for this election.
Probably the economy is probably my most important issue.
It would be the economy.
Well, obviously the economy is a really important now, but I think in many ways, in large part, I think because of the ways the Republicans have been casting the election in the last month, I really think that an image of America as a multicultural, inclusive nation is really central to the election. I see that in some ways as the primary issue right now.
I'm actually very, very passionate on like gay marriage, so I think that's like a really big issue. But seeing as how like the economy is pretty much going on fire at this point, that's a really big issue as well.
I think that a lot of the younger voting population really does feel that their vote doesn't count, because especially it's a lot of college students that have absentee ballots, and I mean, as we all know, the absentee ballots don't get counted unless the election's really close. But I think everybody should go out and do it. There's no reason why not.
I would say young people are the smallest for a number of reasons, mainly because being in college, perhaps they feel they don't have the time to really involve themselves in the process, and because I think there's a rising sense of narcissism where we don't feel that us individually is important to the process, and historically where people, because of government actions, have learned to distrust government figures, and that has just leaked into the current generation and wearied us away from voting.
Probably indifference, I don't know. Or they just don't care about their government, you know, they'd rather go party or something, I guess.
I think people just don't really care. They also feel like, you know, one vote's not going to make much of a difference. There's no point in spending all that time.
That like as a freshman in college, I know it's been hard for me to try and get my news in because I'm so busy with everything. So I think for a lot of kids in college, they're not really taking the time to look at the issues and do their research, so they figure, why should I vote if I don't know what's going on?
I think young people are busy, kind of lazy. I myself am. I think a lot of times you just don't feel like you understand the issues because they're really complex and a lot of it goes over your head.
Because I think a lot of us are just plain lazy and don't get the time to register to vote, and therefore we don't get to voting.
We don't care because a lot of times we don't like either of them, like this election.
Don't be narcissistic. Don't watch Fox News too much. Go vote, please.
I think they should definitely vote and then try and do a little research on the candidates just so they know what's going on. Even if they don't want to vote or if they don't like the candidates, at least know what each candidate stands for so they kind of know what they're doing.
Vote! Do it! It's your right, and you can do it, and do your research and know what you want and vote for it.
Vote. Go out there, vote. Most people vote with their guts rather than with their heads, and I am guilty of that a little bit as well. But I think it's important to think about the issues thoughtfully and not to simply vote as a reaction against someone, but to vote for someone.
I think it's important that we vote because I didn't honestly know that we were the smallest demographic group that did vote, but I think it's important that we vote for not presidential elections, but like, you know, the Dallas like city council stuff. I think it's important that we do this. So go and vote.
Don't vote for Obama just because he's black.
Voting is very important. It's your civic duty, and you should treat it like a gift, like a beautiful gift. That you should treasure it. Your right to vote is sacred. You know, you should just go out there and register, and then you should go out to the booth and, you know, just put down your opinion and let everybody know what it was that you wanted. You, as a citizen of the U.S. of A., the United States of America.